Mindlessly eating is one of the big things that a lot of people struggle with when it comes to monitoring their diet, whether that's, largely it comes when they're trying to lose weight or maintain their current weight, whether that be just because they want to stay at a current weight, or if they're wanting to maintain weight for a sport or for competitive reasons of some sort. Mindless eating definitely gets in the way for a lot of people. And this is often in the form of just kind of snacking and just constantly kind of, another way I go about of phrasing it, just kind of grazing, where, we had food out and we just kind of pick at it over the course of the day. You see this a lot of times in kind of office settings where people are constantly bringing in food and everything. And so you go to, if you're at work and at the office and there's, you go into the kitchen and there's always cookies and cake and brownies and all, and it's never good stuff. You're never going to find, apples and carrots there. I mean, that's not what people bring into the office. But this is a problem that a lot of people have is we gotta get stuck in this mindset of not really paying attention to what it is that we're eating or paying attention to when we're eating. We're just mindlessly doing so. And so we have to find ways to be able to mitigate this. And one way of doing so is to simply get the food kind of off the counters, get it out of sight, put it away in the cabinets, all that kind of stuff, out of sight, out of mind. That goes a long way to helping us from just simply going and kind of picking up stuff as we walk through the kitchen and mindlessly snacking on foods, which leads to, added calories. I mean, we could easily, depending on what it is that you have sitting on the counter, you could easily eat up to 500, maybe even 1,000 extra calories a day just from mindlessly snacking on foods as you walk by. And so getting that stuff off of the countertops, getting it put away in the cupboards where you don't see it makes a huge difference. I always think for myself, one of the big things is around the holidays, Christmas time and everything. The family, we make Christmas cookies, and because of space, and we make a whole bunch of them, and because we take it to family and all that kind of stuff, a lot of times some of it is just kind of sitting out on the counter. And if I'm not careful, I mean, I love Christmas sugar cookies. I don't know, there's, some people really don't like them. I really like them. And if I have to be really conscious of it, because if they're sitting out on the counter, just over the course of the day, as I walk by, or as I walk through the kitchen, go in and do another thing, I'll grab a cookie and go off and, go about my day. And then, half hour later, as I'm walking back through again, I'll do it again if I'm not careful. And this is largely just simply because it's just sitting right there on the counter. I walk through the kitchen and I see it right there. And so I grab it. Without even thinking really, I make the decision to have one. And so I grab it and go. And then later I'm coming through and I have another one and everything. And over time, this can really add up without us even really paying attention to it and realizing what it is that we're doing. But if you take that, put it in the cupboard, out of sight, out of mind, you're going to have a few more barriers in place in order for you to actually take that step to having that cookie or having, whatever it is that maybe your downfall is salt, so chips and pretzels and things like that, which if you put it away, you out of sight, out of mind, you'll have a much better chance of not mindlessly snacking on those things. Now, if you wanted, some people have things like fruit sitting out and stuff. That's what we do. We got a bowl of fruit over here, fruit and some different vegetables and stuff that we store on the counter. Not so much of an issue for myself anyway, and that's not because I don't like it, because I do like fruit and vegetables and everything. It's just, a lot of times it takes a little bit more work in order to, you want an orange, well, you got to peel it. And so it's a little bit more work than just simply grabbing and going. But with that, myself, I'm not too overly concerned about the overindulgence of those kinds of foods, because it's a lot easier to stay away from them, or not necessarily stay away from them, but not overeat them. And so some of this is just going to be kind of your own preference and what's going to work for you. If you find yourself constantly snacking on fruits, fruits specifically in this example, just because fruits do often hold a higher caloric amount to them because of the added sugars and everything and what they are. If your goal is is weight loss, or if you are needing to be strict with weight management to maintain your weight, maybe it would be best to put those things in the cupboard as well. Just so, you know, there again, you can keep track of the calories that you're consuming. You can make sure that you are not taking in more calories than what you're expecting to because you're mindlessly eating. So to wrap up, yeah, just, you know, if you find this is an issue that you have, and for a lot of people it is, where we mindlessly snack, we mindlessly eat foods, and then we are in turn adding a lot of calories into our diet, and then we're frustrated and upset about the fact that we can't lose weight. Maybe this is part of the reason why. You know, maybe you've got food that's sitting on the counter that you just simply need to get off, get in the cupboard so you don't see it, you're not snacking constantly, you're not getting those added calories. So clear things out. Put it in the cupboards, out of sight, out of mind, give it a try, and I will talk to you all later.